What's up guys, welcome to another vlog. We are here in Lattananand Motors, the official dealers for ESD as well as Java. So today, as you saw on our Instagram, we'll be taking the ESD on a spin today and we'll tell you all about it. It's gonna be a city as well as a small patch of off-road, and we won't be taking the Roadster, but comment down below if you want us to do the in-depth review of the ESD Roadster. This is what it looks like. We'll be taking the Scrambler and the Adventure, so let's find out how do the new ESDs perform. So here we are with both of these, the Scrambler and the Adventure. We have come to this beautiful location, and first up, let's talk of the differences, because both of these bikes are totally different from each other. I mean, the components used and also the hardware is totally different. First up, starting from the front, the headlights are similar, and as you can see here, the stance is taller and it's a little upright on the Adventure, and we get the long travel suspension and this big 21-inch tire up front, and on the Scrambler we have the 19-inch. So yeah, that is the first difference that one can notice from the on the Scrambler from the Adventure. And then as we come closer, we look at the design language. Well, you can see that this tail section is sort of sliced, and we get this neat Scrambler layout. Well, the minor touches, the touch and finish could have been really better, but nonetheless, this is the difference. And here we have dual exhaust port for the Scrambler. I mean, it's a single exhaust converted into two outlets. On this, we get the single upswept exhaust. At the rear, this is a 140 section for the Scrambler and a 130 section for the Adventure, which is 10 mm wider than the Royal Enfield Himalayan. And we get this small tail light, which is kind of okayish. And the big change is the instrument cluster. This one it's adjustable. We can adjust it with these knobs here, and a tall windscreen, so says hi. And we have the gear position indicator, the speed. We also have the side stand warning, and this one, it gets the ABS modes. We have 3 ABS modes: off-road, rain, and the road mode. So it's the same on the ESD Scrambler. Unlike the Roadster gets the standard. There's just one ABS level, you cannot turn it off. Well, the rain totally makes the ABS system more intrusive, whereas the off-road turns off the rear ABS. And we also have a clock. Well, we can adjust this as per the rider's height. That's a pretty cool touch by ESD. And we get this big time card over here, and as you can see here, the welding touches, well, they could have really been better. And we get this luggage rack at the back here. We can mount luggage easily, and it's pretty accessible and a handy feature. And this is a 15 liters tank, 15.5 liters, whereas the Scrambler and the Roadster get 12.5 liters to make it much more touring capable. So that's about it. ESD have really done a good job, and the details and also the features that they've given the bikes with as standard is pretty impressive at the price point. So the Adventure is priced at the price difference. The Scrambler is dearer by 5,000 the ex-showroom. It costs about 2,07,000 ex-showroom here in Karnataka, whereas the Adventure is priced at 2 lakh and 12,000 extra 2,12,000. That is the ex-showroom price in Karnataka. So decently priced. The Adventure is slightly dearer than the Himalayan, but let's find out how do these ride, and stay tuned, watch the video till the very end. So first we are riding the Scrambler, and this is the exhaust note. Okay, so we have come a little off-road. I mean, from the main road it was on a decent track, and next up I'll take the Adventure. So initial impressions, well, I rode the Adventure till here, and this bike, it feels a little stiffer, as it has dual shocks at the rear, whereas the Adventure felt a little softer because of its monoshock at the rear. And the grip and the posture is also a little different. You sit upright, your knee is up, and the triangle is a little more relaxed. The seats are well cushioned. I guess it's not suitable for longer rides, but the city rides won't be a problem. So here we hit a road, first gear. The motor is really punchy, man. Like, this is the same motor as of the Java Perak. It's the 330cc, which produces max horsepower of 29, and the torque output is 29 Newton meters. So that makes this bike very peppy, and in fact they have worked on the low end. The torque is delivered in the lower rev band, and this gives it a really good head start, and the bike, it just punches in, and it gets a good start. Let me try saddling on this. The handlebar is pretty upright, so the saddling won't be a problem. It's pretty easy actually, and the front fender, it's totally attractive. The beak, it looks like a beak. So the Scrambler, well, no doubt after riding it for these after riding it till here, I can tell you that the Scrambler is all made for the city and mile off-roads, because it's so flickable and with a punchy motor. So this makes it a pretty fast motorcycle to move around, to flick around in the city. So the Scrambler is all about that. So and also considering that there are no competition whatsoever in this segment, the Scrambler is a pretty good deal at this price point. Most of them are going to hunt for the Scrambler because there is no competition, and people, this category is much suited and much made for Indian roads. So yeah, now let's switch to the Adventure and let's find out. Well, I've got this on a small trail here. You might have seen the walk around. Well, we got the park, but to tell you,
The saddling, well, compared to the Scrambler, it's pretty much more accurate and easy on the Adventure. And also the suspension, the softer tune, well, it helps the Adventure in the bad section of the road. Well, they aren't as soft as the Himalayan, but it soaks up all the bumps decently well. So on the road, so well, it's the same motor, but it makes the highest output on this. The tune on the Adventure makes it the highest power, and it's a good power because you need all this power. So, but this motorcycle, well, in my preference, it's much more touring oriented than the off-road. The seat height, a little stiff suspension, it makes it the much more road oriented. The scooped out seats, well, it is keeping me comfortable, and also for the pillion, it's a flat seat, split seat, and the back seat, it's a level higher, but I think the pillion and the rider would be comfortable for longer rides without an issue. The handlebar is wide and you sit totally upright, and the handlebar is also close to you. So the comfort on this is definitely a notch higher than the Scrambler, no doubt. And yeah, so it competes against the Himalayan in this segment. Well, comment down below if you want us to do a comparison review, a comparative video with the head-on against the Himalayan. We can get that for you pretty soon. So the ESD, they are back in the market, and they aim to dominate with the features and the specs they are giving. And a few of them, it's surprising that you get them as standard. Yeah, so the Adventure, so the Classic Legends, they are, well, that's the company which owns the Java and the ESD, which brought it here. So I think it's a pretty good deal. It's a steel deal, slightly lesser than the Himalayan. Most of them can definitely go for it. Yeah, so that was our word on the ESD. We call it the value for money, powerful, punchy, and good for the Adventure is good for longer rides, touring, whereas the Scrambler is good for city rides and short off-road. So that's it for today. I'll see you in the next vlog. I hope you enjoyed this. We didn't take this for a longer spin because we got these bikes a little late. So that was our review of the ESD brothers, the Scrambler and the Adventure. I'll see you in the next video. I also forgot to tell you that this motor, I just observed this while I was riding. This motor calls to be in the higher rev band. In the lower, it clutters a bit. Now, as you see, I am in the second gear. You can hear it cluttering a little much more than expected. And also that ESD should really work on getting good service in action, because I've heard a lot of complaints regarding the product quality, the service, the after sale services. It's as good as the Java, so they should really work on that. And there have been complaints about the Java as well. So if they could ace that, then the Java, the Classic Legends are right on point.